Duggan, and a familiar face with 2 titles in 2000, qualifying third, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Welcome inside AMF Marietta Lanes in Marietta, Georgia for the finals of the Greater Atlanta Open. Hello everyone, I'm Jan Schmidt along with my partner, 32-time titleist Lisa Wagner. We're glad you're with us. It's no secret that the sport of bowling has evolved dramatically, and some of those changes have adversely affected some of our veteran players. And Lisa, I know you've struggled with that, and so has our number 2 seed, Aleta Sill.
Well, yes, Jan, I have. I had to make some changes, and that is exactly what Aleta Sill has done. You know, she experimented around with so many different things and said, there's only so many major changes that I can make in my game. So she settled on a couple, and she proved this week they just might work.
Well, another player that felt the need to make some changes is our top seed, Tish Johnson, but hers were a different kind.
Well, that's right. Hers is physical conditioning. She's working out more. She's already lost 22 pounds, and she's greatly increased her practice schedule. She said she feels revitalized, ready to take on the youngsters.
Well, we'll see if it works for her a little later. We're ready for our first match. It'll be Turner, Dugan, and Dorin-Ballard. And the 3 travel companions shake hands. These 3 ladies don't really room together, but travel together in motorhomes, following in caravan. First look at Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. 36 years old. You've seen her before if you've been watching our shows. It's her 5th show this year.
Strong opening shot there. The 6-pin really wrapped around the 10.
Anne-Marie Dugan has been bowling so well and just missing the shows. 38 years old. 18 years out here on tour. This is her 2nd show this year. Good opening shot for Anne-Marie.
Well, she's comfortable on TV. In the 18 years she's been out here, she's made so many shows. So she's comfortable.
And Tammi Turner, first show this year. She has just had a hard time battling the nerves, trying to get through to the telecast. The big 3-0 just turned 30 on Friday. Happy birthday, Tammy.
Well, no nerves there.
Carolyn Dorin-Ballard wearing a nice peach shirt. You see the CC there? That's Carolyn's collection. She has a new line of closeout, 6 new shirts. They're less expensive. You can visit your pro shop or go to Carolyn's website, carolyndoran.com, if you can get more information about them, or info on Carolyn for that matter. Beautiful line of clothing, less expensive than her first line. She's come out with a new line this year.
And it's very colorful. We have a ton of bowlers out here wearing them.
Playing very direct for her.
Well, and if you've seen Anne-Marie bowl, you know that she doesn't normally play that direct.
Carolyn covers a spare, and the reason for them playing like that, Lisa, would be
a good 47 feet of oil on synthetics. And the buildup of oil is pretty thick out there. There's a good bit of sauce. .223 average. Put her in the 5th position this week. And there was a lot of that, a tough carry because of all that conditioner and the length of the conditioner, not quite as much hit at the back end of the lanes. That's right, and patience definitely was a virtue this week. You had to be patient because if you're gonna, you know, we call it pink off and leave a few weak tens, you have to just pick them up and go on because the strikes will come.
The best women bowlers in the world are heading to Florida next month, and fans in the Orlando area can join PWBA members for the Pro-Am prior to the Greater Orlando Classic from AMF Altamont Lanes in Altamont Springs, Florida. The tournament runs September 3 through September 7. With the Pro-Am on Sunday, September 3rd, contact Ken Esslinger at 407-862-2500 for all the tournament and Pro-Am information. Anne-Marie Dugan now in the lead by 11 pins, actually 10 pins over Tammi Turner. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard trails by 11 pins. Carolyn stepping up. Now Carolyn playing a lot farther right than a lot of the players did all week.
Right. She's got to have a little bit more angle to the pocket. She throws it a little bit straighter than Anne-Marie and Tammy. Oh, that's going to be wide.
Oh, and almost a huge break.
Well, we were used to seeing that this week. If you chose to play out, you know, there's still a good bit of conditioner out there. It's not some of the conditions you see once in a while. The further right you go, the more it hooks. We didn't have that.
Actually had to start it angling toward the pocket if you're going to play out there. And Anne-Marie is actually pointing it a little bit toward the pocket. I have never seen her do that. This is definitely isn't her A game, and she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she is.
She had to hold her breath for a second on that shot.
Well, switching to a spare ball, so it's not going to hook a whole lot.
2000 average 202, 212 last year. So you see she's down a bit. But conditions different also. And all three competitors look pretty comfortable on the lanes as we step aside for a moment. Anne-Marie Dugan has the lead. We'll be right back. Tammi Turner's been climbing the ladder all week. Take a look at that. Started in 41st position, up through 10th going into last night. And in her final 8 games, she put on a big charge just to make the television show. Here's her final 8. She started with 164 and then decided, the heck with these nerves, let's just regroup. And for the final 7 games, averaged 245.43. Lisa position round, big one. Moved up from 9th to 5th. As you see, Anne-Marie Dugan in the lead by 19 pins over Tammi Turner and by 33 over Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Carolyn finally got her first strike while we were away, and the audience went crazy.
Well, after 5-9 counts.
Well, her carry isn't too good from the extreme outside line right now at this time.
No, she's close. I mean, she's close every time, but unfortunately right now, with Anne-Marie having a 4-bagger already, working on a strike, that is not going to do it probably.
Saw that 5th place finish twice, but really only made one show. One of those was the U.S. Open. They only took 4 players to that television show.
Well, I think it's a tribute to Anne-Marie for handling her so well. She's been 6th so many times and just missing by a few pins here and there. She's back at it every week and not giving up, as is this girl right here.
Tammy's on Dynethane staff and Turbo 2-in-1 grip staff. She told us she's just going to go all out tonight. That's how she's going to battle the nerves she's been struggling with.
Well, that was a big strike right there. Because she needed that to keep in this match.
Max score for Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, 226. A little bit off the pace of the other bowlers, but
anything can happen.
That's absolutely right. We've seen it so many weeks here.
Well, and this week in qualifying the match play, so many things came down to the 10th frame. So she knows if she keeps striking, that could happen again.
Anne-Marie Dugan on a double. Still leading by 19 pins over Tammi Turner. Can increase it to 29 with a strike here. Her max score 279. Ooh, fortunate to just leave the 8-pin on that shot.
Well, that basically went from potential disaster to easy spare.
She'll take the easy spare.
Yeah.
Max score Tammi Turner 260.
Boy,
Bad shot.
Not a good shot. This is Anne-Marie's shot in the 8th frame. Just not making it up the hill. Look at that, getting a good break, a pin between the 2 and the 8. Fortunately, got one of them, left herself with just an 8-pin, easy spare for Anne-Marie.
Meanwhile, Tammi Turner carried that errant shot to take her to within 8 pins of Anne-Marie Dugan right now. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard stepping up in the 9th, working on a strike.
Well, basically, this is the match right here for Carolyn.
She's done well to regroup, get back here. She said it didn't bother her, but 2 weeks ago led by over 400 pins, lost in the championship match to Wendy McPherson, and last week that dreaded 7-10 in the 10th frame to take her out of show potential in the position round.
Wow, what a great hit. She trusted that ball What a great shot. She always gets stronger as the match goes on.
Wow, she has that light hit working. Talked about all the movement and position round last night. That's where they were going into position round, the first number. I'll get back to that for you a little later. A lot of numbers up there for you to read as Tammy continued to strike. You see Tammi Turner in 9th, moved to 5th in position round. Kathy Doran was 3rd and ended up falling to 6th. Shot at 200, but didn't win the match against sister Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Anne-Marie Dugan moved up a spot. So a lot of movement going on. It was very tight going into the position round. Well, that Carolyn Dorin-Ballard really needed to strike out. It pretty much ends her hope. But Lisa, there was only what, like from 5th to 9th, 31 pins separating that group, and 3rd, 72 pins separating. Incredible. Anne-Marie Dugan with a 9 count now. Best she could shoot would be 238. Tammi Turner's going to need good count and a mark.
Very good count.
Very good count. About 9 spare strike.
Well, and she's got to be thinking of the shot that she made in the 8th frame on this right lane, because it was not a pretty one.
She looked like she struggled a little bit with her footing on that shot. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard finishing out, but continuing a great year. 2 titles already this year. Off on that shot, 202, respectable game for Carolyn. All those 9 counts.
Very important shot right here for Anne-Marie. She needs them all to keep Tammy at a high count pace here. Tammy right up.
Needs at least 9 on this shot.
Oh, she threw it good.
Okay, 9. Needed 9. 9 spare strike to win this match.
Okay, I see nothing wrong with leaving a 5 pin when you need 9. It's right in the middle of the lane.
That's right. Best kind of spare to shoot.
That's right. It's easy to make.
And she is attacking it. Not taking any time. I'm going. That's it.
Exactly what she said she was going to do.
Oh, a little close. So she will need all 10 pins on this fill ball to defeat Anne-Marie Dugan by 1 pin. If she gets 9, we'll have a tie. Should we have a tie, there'd be a 9th and 10th frame roll-off only between Anne-Marie Dugan and Tammi Turner. Anything less than 9 and Anne-Marie Dugan advances.
Well, got to put her glove back on. Took it off for the spare shot. Good thinking, Tammy.
At least she remembered before she got up there. Okay, pressure shot. 8 pins. That means Anne-Marie Dugan is the winner of this match by 1 pin over Tammi Turner. So Anne-Marie Dugan will advance, but first when we come back, the Women's International Bowling Congress presents a tip from Hall of Famer Lisa Wagner.
The league season is upon us, and I bet there's a few of you out there that haven't bowled for a couple of months. WIBC has asked me to give you a few tips to help you get back into the swing of things. Number 1, get those muscles back into shape. Do some stretching and concentrate on the forearm and the legs and knees. Second thing is get your equipment ready. Now, I bet if you haven't bowled for a few months that chances are the fingers and the thumb just not going to fit you anymore. I carry around a bag like this that has pretty much just everything in it that I could ever possibly need for a proper fit. Kitchen sink. Anyway, I think you're going to need some tape, and you may need a lot of it because fingers and thumb are going to need it. Next thing is carry some skin patch. Your calluses may be gone. This is a good quick fix for any tears. The other thing is, if you use finger grips, they may need to be replaced. They show some wear and tear. They're going to get bigger. Your fingers won't fit in them. Next thing is, I carry around something like this sometimes, just in case that first night of league doesn't go the way you want it. Don't kick anything. Just carry something like this, and instead of kick, just rip out his eyes. The manager will love you for it. Well, now that your equipment is ready, let's concentrate on the lane conditions. They may not be the same as last year. So experiment around. If you're not hitting the pocket, move your feet and your target. Experiment, have fun with it. You're going to learn a lot. If that doesn't work, just have them move the building. Now, it's best not to do this in the 10 minutes that you have right before league season starts. My advice to you is grab your family and friends and go out and practice before those leagues start. You're going to be very prepared, and you might just have a good time. And that brings me to my last point, have fun. That's what league season is all about.
Final score of match 1, Anne-Marie Dugan 238 to Dorin-Ballard's 202 and Turner's 237. Dugan will move on to challenge Lady Millionaire Aleta Sill after these messages. If you'd like to receive semi-annual newsletters about the PWBA and its members, plus an attractive desk clock, join the PWBA Bowlers Club for just $29.95. You'll also be eligible for daily drawings of $100, Friday drawings of $200, and two $5,000 drawings, one on Christmas Day and one on April 1st. Call the PWBA at 1-800-426-8823 or visit www.pwba.com to sign up now. We're ready for the semifinal match, Anne-Marie Dugan against Aleta Sill, a couple of veteran players, as we talked about all the changes going on with veteran players, trying to adjust to today's bowling.
Well, I think Anne-Marie has adjusted quite well. She got, in those pro shops, and she got with her husband, Pat, and she learned everything she could about the equipment and how it's going to roll and how you got to drill it. And I think that's the biggest thing that helped Anne-Marie make that change into 2000. Actually, in the 90s.
Definitely need to know the equipment if you're going to be a top player at this point. Husband Pat, you talked about Pat Dugan. He was out here on tour with her for a while. She wants to wish him a happy birthday. Birthday coming up in a couple days. Covers the spare with that soccer ball. It's not a real soccer ball. It really is a bowling ball. Anne-Marie on Storm staff. Aleta Sill on the Ebonite staff. Good opening shot for Aleta Sill. We talked about position around Kathy Doran in 6th, never lower than 7th all week, shot 300 and 299 this week. And in 10th, Tiffany Stanbro, a little bit of a sophomore jinx this year.
Well, in 11th, Robin Masani, she's in top form. Penny Jasmine, she is a very consistent player on our regional tournaments. Lisa Bishop, Kim Terrell, and we've seen her win many times this year, Michelle Feldman.
Many would be 3. Whoa. 3 already for Michelle Feldman. Aleta Sill now up in the 2nd frame. Started off with a strike.
Make that 2. Getting a little bit of the jitters out of the way. That'll do it.
Doesn't look jittery at all.
No.
Career stats, 209 average for Anne-Marie. A winning record on television. Sure looks good considering it's a fresh shot. You can see that Anne-Marie Dugan moved from 5th to 4th. There's another look at position round. As we said, they all moved around Anne-Marie fighting to stay in the show. Out for 10. I wasn't sure that was going to carry.
Oh, it's working. Boy, she has a nice line to the pocket. Just so different than we're normally used to seeing with her, but nice and straight and right at it. She's playing the lanes, I think, just perfectly.
First professional to have won the Triple Crown twice. That's male or female. Way to go, Aleta Sill. But Lisa, you still have her on titles. 32 for you, 30 for Aleta. She's trying
for 31.
7 pin.
Well, you know, I gotta like to see some of these veterans back on the show.
You think you'll be next, right?
I'm hoping. I gotta work as hard as they have. It's Aleta's shot. She's gonna leave a weak 7 here. Corpin just kind of laid down, but we saw a lot of those. You know, the ball doesn't rev up a whole lot in the back end like we're used to seeing. If you're gonna leave those, like I said before, you make it and go on.
And that's exactly what she did. Aleta Sill said it was nice this week. She was able to strike. You see she trails by 1 pin. Striking has been tough for her over the last couple of years, really. She said she feels she's hitting the pocket as much as anybody else, but the pins are not falling in. She talked to you, Lisa, what ball speed, a number of things she felt contributed to that.
That's right. She is working a lot on her push away. Said she just has to put it out there and let it fall. She's had a tendency to put it out and pull it back.
No problem with Carrie on that shot. She looks a little bewildered on that one. Take a look at Anne-Marie Dugan. She didn't bowl as well in the mornings. Look, morning block started, and then she jumped to first at night, down to 5th, back to 3rd at night, down to 7th, back to 4th at night. And that would be why, Lisa, she didn't like the fresh condition in the morning.
Right. She said she didn't have quite the mistake room in the morning that she did at night. And if you notice, those night blocks back up in position every single time. Now, the average difference in her from AM to PM, a lot.
Sure was. 209.7 for the morning blocks and 237.09 in the evening blocks. What a difference. She just converts that spare.
Well, she did shoot 300 and 800 this week, too, in a night block.
803 series. She also had a 290 game, the 5th game last night. A lot of big numbers.
Right, and she said that that kind of inspired her because at that point she wasn't in the show, and she shot that 290, and it got her back up in there, and it just gave her a really good feeling.
Washout for Anne-Marie Dugan. She's going to have to go for this one.
Missed the break point there. Ball went right through the break point.
Well, I think she's done very, very well at playing definitely a different angle to the pocket than she's used to playing.
Well, that's right. She's got a washout here. She's got to get the ball to the left of the head pin and knock it over into the 10.
Perfect. Beautiful shot. But Aleta Sill still has the lead. Stay tuned for more PWBA action from AMF Marietta Lanes. While we were away, Aleta Sill continued to strike Anne-Marie Dugan with a double of her own, but Aleta Sill now leads by 25 pins, working on a 4-bagger. Anne-Marie Dugan looking up. Okay, what am I going to have to do here?
I'd say keep striking.
Good advice. 214 career average for Aleta Sill on television.
That's a good average. Very good average.
Disaster hits for Aleta Sill, a 4-6. Anne-Marie Dugan, whoa, I have a breath here.
Yeah, you can see her readjusting a little bit, readjusting in the seat, knowing she's got an opening here. Aleta just got the ball up a little high. I think she started it to the right a little bit earlier than she did the others, and checked up a little bit early.
Anne-Marie Dugan max score 254. Even a 10 pin on a double. That was she really wanted to jump on that one and strike for a 3-bagger.
Well, Anne-Marie definitely does have to watch out how much she hits the ball, because she does hit it a lot. Left the week that she knew she threw it good.
Changing balls to shoot the 10-pin. No problem with the spare, and Anne-Marie talked to us about her biggest accomplishments this week.
I would say that for the first time in a little while, I was in the position to make a show, and I actually bowled my way into it rather than just hanging on, trying to feel like I just was going to hang on and barely make it. And I really bowled very well last night and bowled my way in the show.
She certainly did, and bowled very well every night. Strikes just like that, but playing in a totally different angle. And I know she wanted to say a special hello to someone. Anne-Marie did.
Yeah, she wants to say hello to Al and his son Trey back in Oklahoma.
Trey is ill, or
I believe she said he was ill, and she said she wants to say hi to everybody that she's supposed to say hi to, first of all, but a special hello to Al and Trey.
Max score for Aleta Sill, 245. And a 7-pin.
The match is getting a little bit more interesting.
Very close 12-pin match. Aleta Sill still in the lead, but she didn't set up a strike here, and Anne-Marie Dugan has a strike set up in the 9th frame.
Well, she's going to have a double and 9 to close her out in the 10th.
Spares it up. Aleta Sill actually up by 12 pins, which does make a difference in this match and what she needs. Up by 12 pins, she can strike out for a 235. The best Anne-Marie Dugan can do is 233. So you're right, double and 9 count, Lisa. There's one of them. Great shot by Aleta Sill under the pressure. Needs one more just like it, and then 9.
Well, that shot right there is the Aleta that we all know. She trusted this. Watch her stay down. Made a great shot. Great balance at the foul line. And that got the ball in the pocket. No doubt about that one. All she's thinking right here is do the same thing. Work on those keys and make a good shot.
Well, Anne-Marie Dugan's going to have an opportunity. Aleta Sill can spare it up for 225. Anne-Marie will have to double in the 10th frame. You see she's blowing on her hand, trying to keep it cool.
Well, I think she's just probably glad that she's in this match.
Nice game, just one bad shot in the 8th frame. Game of 225 for Aleta Sill, and Anne-Marie Dugan needs 2 strikes and 3 pins to win this match. Good shot. She made a nice shot at an important time, but Aleta Sill hangs on to beat Anne-Marie Dugan and advance the title match. When we come back, we'll recap the action to this point. So far tonight in match 1, Turner's 8 count allowed Anne-Marie Dugan to advance with 238 to Dorin-Ballard's 202 and Turner's 237. In match 2, Dugan couldn't produce a double in the 10th, so Aleta Sill took that one 225 to 212. Coming up next, it's the championship match between Aleta Sill and top seed Tish Johnson. And as we break, we pay tribute to 3 special people that members of the bowling community recently lost. Denny Hall, father of PWBA Player Services Director Tony Hall, John Borden, the brother of the great bowling coach Fred Borden, and Pam Gano, wife of the GM of Plano Super Bowl Don Gano and mother of PWBA Southwest Regional Bowler Whitney Choate. Our sympathy and prayers go out to all their family and friends. It's the 3rd consecutive year for the Greater Atlanta Open, and in 1998, top seed Leanne Barrett took home the title over Carol Giannotti Block, 223 to 212. In '99, once again, the top seed was Leanne Barrett, and she defeated Kim Adler 256 to 233 to successfully defend her title. This year, Leanne Barrett was gracious enough to give someone else a shot. It will be one of these two ladies, Aleta Sill or Tish Johnson. And Lisa, I bet Tish Johnson is hoping that the top seed winning tradition continues here.
Well, absolutely. Well, this could be 3 years in a row for a top seed to win.
And that's unusual. It's tough for a top seed to win, as we've talked about time and time again, coming on the lanes cold. They're loosened up, but they don't have a game under their belt.
Well, that's right. You do, and you don't feel sorry for them a little bit, because the lowest they can finish is second. So
that's true.
You know, that's a good thing. But coming in a little bit cold, you know, it's just something that you have to deal with. And she's going to do it here, I'm sure.
First look at Tish Johnson this year, 38 years old, 20 years on tour, and 22 titles. Another lady with more titles than years on tour.
That's always a good thing.
7-pin. Looks like she's going to put some tape in the bowling ball.
A little bit of tape, yeah.
She listened to your tip earlier. WIBC, a big supporter of ours, and there's director daily at Keys. She's been on hand all week supporting the tour and working with the ladies. And just enough tape to cover that spare. Also want to thank the Greater Atlanta WBA for help they've given this week, as well as all the WBAs the last couple of weeks, the Danville Association, and last week the Louisville Association. Very, very helpful in volunteering throughout the week.
Well, there's a lot of work to do at a PWBA tournament, and they have been very gracious and taken over jobs that need to be done.
Tish Johnson, second frame. I have a feeling that pin was going down whether it fell or not. Tish was going to walk down and kick it down.
I'm scared of her.
Well, you saw Tish's average this week, 226.26. She's top seed. Aleta Sill, though, averaged 229.52. 3 pins a game higher, but Aleta only won 12 matches. Tish won 18. There you see those career earnings, over $1 million. Tish also knocking on the door, as is Wendy McPherson this year. Getting back to the match play, those pins, so important. 30 pins a match, 24 games of match play. Definitely changes position. Mentioned Tish, there's the amount we just showed you for Aleta.
And Wendy in second, Tish in third.
Oh, who's that in fourth?
Oh.
Wow, Lisa, you better make a show.
No,
Come on now.
I'm a bit back.
A bit.
165,000.
Need a big win.
I need a big year.
Well, get to it.
Oh, almost got a good break there. Sent that one wide.
Shaking her head, not happy with that shot.
No, she definitely wasn't. This, you can see that this ball was a little bit left of target there. Almost got back, though. Oh, shaking her head. She knew that she didn't throw that as good as she had the first 2 frames.
Well, all the keys she's working on, just trying to keep them right. Part of the thing she's been working on is her feet. Trying to pick them up. She was getting in a bad habit of shuffling them.
That's right, and she said that what it was doing was she wasn't getting her legs under her, and she was losing all her leverage. And she said that John Jowdy and Michelle Mullen have just helped her immensely.
That being Aleta Sill. Tish Johnson now up in the 3rd frame for a big double. And a lead change. Tish now has the lead by 1 pin.
Look at Tish's game. What a simple game. Very simple, very easy. Backswing is right about, oh, a little bit higher than head high there. Sometimes it's a little bit lower. Got a feeling her adrenaline is going a little bit. Great result. Tripped the 6-pin.
Well, she's trying to stay aggressive. She told us that was her game plan.
So far, so good.
She definitely looks aggressive. Aleta, one of the players who definitely liked the heavier condition, the longer oil pattern. She liked not seeing her ball react so violently on the back end.
Well, that's right. She has struggled with the equipment revolution that we've had, and she said the balls are so strong that she has a hard time keeping the ball from hooking too much. But this week she used proactive equipment all week, which she has not been able to do.
Lisa chatted with Aleta about the biggest obstacle she had to overcome.
Trying not to hit up on the ball and to have a little bit more ball speed, because the balls are so strong nowadays. You don't really need to hit it. And you know how me and you were. We like to swat it a little bit, so try not to do that now.
Aleta trailing by 11, and Lisa, what does swat at it mean?
Well, that's called hitting up on it. It's another term for just wanting to grab it a little bit at the release point. You don't want to do that these days. The idea is to let the ball do the work. Now, when we were coming up through the ranks and back in the 80s, you had to make the ball do the work. Now you don't. It's the opposite. And we've struggled with this. Tish, she struggled a little bit with it, too.
Okay, well, swat at it, that's that old terminology, though. We're going to have to work on not only changing the games, but the terminology, right?
She was making me laugh.
Well, we'll be right back to see who wins the Greater Atlanta Open. Tish Johnson is in the lead. Stay with us. Aleta Sill now leads by 3 pins, working on a spare. She had a strike spare while we were away. Tish had some problems in the 5th frame.
That's right, in the 5th, she went high. She left a 4-7, and right off her hand, this was left. Just never made it up the hill. Took off the 7 pin. Gave Aleta a little bit of an advantage.
You never want to do it, but you have to regroup and continue.
And she did the next frame. She left a 7 pin and made it.
Oh.
Well, do you call that a good break or a bad break?
I don't know. The 8 was up also.
Well, this is the result of a ball that's just driving very hard through the pocket. Look at it, it's very high. Look at that 8 pin. And the 6.
And the 6, right.
But a lot of times the 8 will stand with the 10. And it's just a plain bad break.
Yeah, a lot of times you will carry that too. Yeah, exactly. Covers it up, so she trails by 4 pins through 7 frames.
I love these matches between players like this. It's fun. I mean, I knew it would be close because I know it's going through both of their heads.
Tell us, please.
Well, they're going, oh man, what do I do now? It's been so long. I want to win again. Now I'm going to throw it too hard. Am I going to slip? Am I going to miss a spare like she did?
Tripping a 6 pin. Big shot for Tish in the 8th frame.
You're not kidding, this was a big shot. Stayed down on that one. Turning up into the pocket. That's the Tish we know.
Looking down, not going to watch Aleta. Aleta told us she's thinking about life after tour. Max score 239. If she wins this, she may change her thoughts. Good shot, leaving a 7 pin.
That was an awesome shot. Ringing 7. It's making this match just even a little closer.
3-pin match right now.
This is Aleta's ringing 7. She stayed with that ball much better. That you saw that she was much more aggressive with that. Ball didn't lope down there. It went right after him. Triple spare ball. Clear.
Kind of clear, yeah. You can see the weight block inside of that. Aleta Sill up by 3 pins as she steps up in the 9th frame. But Tish is on a strike in the 8th, so
this is a very big shot.
Yeah, has to set one up here. Can't do it any better than that. Tish Johnson trying to stay aggressive. She said brother Rex calls her all the time trying to pump her up and make her stay aggressive. She was mentally exhausted at the end of this week. Her max score 235.
Not anymore.
Needed that.
It was a good shot here, too. Gonna leave a 7-pin. We saw this right-handers and left-handers both. Week 7s, week 10s. A lot of conditioner on the lane. See the 6-pin just kind of laying down. I mean the 4-pin.
You're thinking right-handed there, Lisa.
That's right.
She covers up the 7. Trails still by 3 pins, however, does not have a strike set up, so her best score, 215. Aleta Sill could take it off the sheet because of the strike in the 9th frame for 228.
Got to get the first one, though, here in the 10th to have a pop at 215.
Well, Tish did it all week. When she needed to strike in the 10th, she did. Let's see if she can do it one more time. There's one.
She knew she got away with that one. That was probably the fastest that she's thrown the ball all game.
She threw that one hard. That was your frozen rope shot,
yeah.
Lisa, when you need it. Right?
Yeah, and Tish was always like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, Aleta's isn't going to go down there slow either.
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Best she could shoot now is 205. Aleta Sill will need a mark and 8 pins if she spares this. Spare an 8.
Now, what Aleta is thinking right now is, I know that I only have to have a mark and count, but a lot of times it's harder to get up there and just have to spare and just do count. You have to be so aggressive with this. She has to be aggressive and go for the strike.
You're right.
I mean, she would always go for the strike anyway, but
I would much
get
rather
that spare out of your head.
Yeah, you'd almost rather need a strike, just because at least you're going to go for it. Won't be tentative. That's the best kind of mark there is, a strike in the 10th frame.
Remember what I told you? This was not going to go down the lane slow. It didn't. This was right on target.
So she'll need 4 pins on this shot. I think she was hungry for this title.
Yes, she was. It's been so long. I mean, you know, she struggled, but she has made so many improvements, and she's been patient, and that's the key. Sure has paid off.
Well, I think she's definitely going to stick it out a while longer. Tish Johnson finishing up in 2nd. Because, Lisa, she's now 1 away from your title record.
Uh-oh, have to have a talk with her.
Well, in fine fashion, Aleta Sill captures the Greater Atlanta Open. We'll be back with more in just a moment. There's your champion of the Greater Atlanta Open, Aleta Sill. Final score 217 to 205. And in with a beautiful trophy is Tracy Brueggemann, the manager here at AMF Marietta Lanes.
Congratulations, Aleta. Great tournament. Way to tough it out the final match there. Also, we have a necklace made by Kim Adler.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Gold necklace. Beads. Can I put it on you?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. If I can get this clasp when I'm done. There we go. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. Beautiful necklace. And in with the money, I know you're waiting for, is Brian East, the district manager for AMF.
I would like to congratulate you on a great performance and a great win. And I'd like to present you with this check for $11,000 from AMF Bowling Worldwide.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Tracy for a great week. He treated us so well all week long. The fans here were great. It's been a wonderful week. And I really would also like to thank, I really want to thank Ebonite, because they have worked so hard to get me back to where I don't think I'm there, but I'm getting closer. But they have worked so hard through my slump, getting me to where I am. And I just want to thank Randy and Dell and Bob and everybody. I mean, I just had so many people behind me helping me. It's like, how could I not eventually get there? When you got the best help, you're going to get there. So thank you, guys.
Lisa, quick question.
Definitely. First of all, Aleta, what is up with this winning again and getting to within one? Second of all, congratulations. I'm happy for you. How'd it feel?
I feel like this is my first win. It's been so long. I felt like a rookie out here. You know, all week long, I kept forgetting to check in with Wyatt because I was a tournament leader, and it's like, well, I'm never the tournament leader. I don't make the cut. But hopefully I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to try to catch you.
Well, congratulations again, Aleta Sill. She captures the final title on our summer swing, and it's title number 31. Watch for the PWBA's fall kickoff beginning Monday, September 11th on ESPN2 at 8 p.m. Eastern when Liz Johnson tries to defend at the Greater Orlando Classic. For Lisa Wagner, I'm Jan Schmidt. Thanks for being a part of our summer swing, and we hope you've enjoyed it. So long from AMF Marietta Lanes. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.